one looks like a little bat now.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, sassy cereal.
Everyone is welcome here.
I
thought I'd hop in today.
Fair. Do hot and cold Sorta cereal. Hi everyone, I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Jennifer, one of Maxwell's moms. Welcome to Seriously Cereal.
Episode 320.
Seriously Cereal is made possible by viewers like you.
And by Blue Legacy, a volunteer-run nonprofit dedicated to bringing people together.
You can find out more at
www.seriouslycereal.org. That's right, Spoonie.
Thanks, Spoonie. If you like to eat your cereal dry, then you are a snacker, like our buddy, Bowler.
Hello!
Hey. Or if you prefer your cereal with milk, then you are a spooner, like our pal Spoonie, who's also Seriously Sales Director.
Every month we post episodes with a theme, and this month's theme is
Hot and cold.
And all the items we're reviewing this month are actually Sorta cereals, right?
Yes, that is correct. So those are foods that aren't cereals, but are themed after or flavored like cereals. And today's Sorta cereal is Froot Loops Eggo Waffles.
I have questions.
Okay, first let's get our plates. Alright, so what are your questions?
Okay, so one of us is going to eat a cold toaster waffle? I mean,
That's what I was
a
thinking.
cold toaster waffle, isn't that a raw toaster waffle? I mean, is it even safe to eat a raw toaster waffle?
I would never feed you a raw waffle.
I mean, I guess a raw waffle would just be batter, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely not safe to eat batter. Too much raw egg. Luckily, Eggo toaster waffles come already totally cooked, so they'll be fine to eat.
But I still have to eat a cold one.
No, I can eat the cold one this time.
No! I am not feeding my son a cold toaster waffle.
It's honestly fine.
This hot and cold theme is weird.
You're making it weird.
Weird moms are fun moms.
Alright, Spoonie, let's learn. Waffles have been around for a very, very long time. Even though the waffle iron wasn't invented until 1869, the ancient Greeks would cook waffle batter between two iron plates held over a fire with long wooden handles. That's waffle dedication. The first waffle recipe was written down in 1393 in a French book called The Parisian Household Book, which was supposed to teach a young woman how to run a proper household. The author was a man, but he wanted to be anonymous, so he just signed the manuscript, a citizen of Paris.
Greece, Holland, Belgium. Many countries enjoyed waffles before they came to the United States of America. Many food historians believe that waffles were brought to America around 1603, when Dutch immigrants were settling in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. By 1725, the word waffle was catching on, even though the waffles being made were mostly square instead of round, which is more common today. How do you eat your waffles? Sweet with fruit or jam or maple syrup? Or savory topped with chicken and rosemary? Waffles are so versatile.
Hello there, Maxwell and Jennifer.
Hi, Forkimilian.
A serving size is... There are calories per serving, and each serving has grams of carbohydrates and grams of added sugar. Children should have no more than 12 grams of added sugar each day, and adults should have no more than 24 to 36 grams of added sugar.
Thanks, Forkimilian.
You're welcome.
2 waffles does seem like a good serving.
Yeah, and with only 7 grams
Yeah.
of sugar, I mean, that's fantastic.
I'm surprised the sugar is so low.
And, I'm really glad it's low because a lot of people do add maple syrup to their waffles. Yeah.
Hey, Spider. Hello, Bowler.
Hello, Seriously Cereal Team! I wanted to let you know that what you're reviewing today costs... And there are... servings. Let's figure out how much each serving costs. Divide the price by the number of servings. Ta-da! Math is awesome.
Cool. Thanks, Bowler. Thank you, Spider. So, $3 and you get 10 waffles? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's about the same as like a loaf of bread.
And I do think that people, if they want some protein with this meal, they'd probably put some sort of butter on the waffles or have it with some sausages.
Hey, Spider, are you ready for Time to Create with Faith?
I wonder what Faith will teach us today.
Welcome to Time to Create. This month, Spider and I will be teaching you how to draw some of our Seriously Cereal friends. So far, this month we've learned how to draw Spoonie and Bowler. But today, we'll be learning how to draw Forkimilian. Let's create! To draw Forkimilian, you'll need paper, a pencil with an eraser, and crayons or colored markers. If you want, you can download and print an activity sheet from the video description or from seriouslycereal.org. We've learned how basic shapes can be combined to make cool things. Our basic shapes are a circle, a square, a triangle, a rectangle, and an oval. Let's practice, because practice helps us remember. To draw Forkimilian, we'll start with a long rectangle for his body. We'll draw softly because some of these pencil lines will get erased. Now we'll add a rectangle for Forkimilian's face and triangles for his spiky tines. Tines are the pokey parts of a fork. Next, we'll add 2 circles for Forkimilian's eyes, 2 rectangles for Forkimilian's eyebrows, and lastly, but not least, part of a little circle for his smile. It's time to trace the lines we want to keep. We'll trace with a black marker to make the lines nice and bold. Once the black lines are dry, let's erase the pencil lines that we don't need. Time to color. I'm going to use crayons to color today. Why, hello, Forkimilian.
Thanks, Spider.
This was great, Spider.
Ooh, I really like yours. I decided to improvise a little bit.
Oh,
give
I love
Forkimilian a slightly
yours.
different expression.
Yeah.
Use those half circles.
Yeah.
Let's dance, walk, and slide.
Hey, Jax.
Let's stretch, sway, and spin.
We're ready, Jax.
Whee! Find the move that works for you. work.
Okay, I'm ready for some toasty waffles.
And I'm ready for some chili ones.
Okay. So, I do have to note, if any of you don't know by now, I don't like Froot Loops, and I never have, and besides a few variations, I don't think I ever will. But the nice thing about that is I will know what this tastes like, because like last week we reviewed Apple Jacks Pop-Tarts, and I don't have Apple Jacks all that much, so I was a little bit iffy on whether or not I could give an accurate summary. Here though, I can, and yeah, it smells like Froot Loops.
Yeah, they really smell like Froot Loops. Look how nice and toasty yours looks.
And it does look like there are little bits in there of the actual cereal.
And I didn't put butter or syrup on these or anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, let's just try just the waffle. So mine is not warm.
Yeah, you're the chiller this week.
It is
I don't know.
thawed.
Good. I don't know if this is the best way to go about this, but I mean,
oh boy.
I mean, it is fully cooked though. So
It smells
it's not-
very fruity. It smells like Froot Loops. Hey, that's a nice crunch you've got over there.
Okay, so what it basically is it's a basic Eggo waffle. So it's a very oh, sorry. Sorry. It's a very slight, an eggy taste, hence the name, a very mild sweetness, and then on top of that, you have the signature artificial fruit flavor of Froot Loops as a very slight aftertaste after the fact. So like a grainy, eggy, slightly sweet waffle mixed with a little bit of Froot Loops. And the Froot Loops are not crunchy, so it's not like bits of Froot Loops that like change the texture. The texture is about typical for Eggo. So it's a little crunchy depending on how long you toast it for, but like you're not gonna like hit like a hard cereal bit. But now I see you staring sadly at the camera. Do you wanna like swap? Like take a piece? Yeah, here you go. So, needless to say, we don't typically eat waffles cold in this house. I don't know if any of you do, and I really don't think you should, but yeah, about the same here. So, I guess I could consider this what you'd get if you cook the waffle a little bit less.
5.
5, really.
Delicious. Not too sweet. A slight fruity taste. Crunchy. Wonderful. Doesn't need butter. Doesn't need syrup. So low in sugar. Goes into the toaster. It's not sticky if you don't put anything on it. Toast it. Carry it away.
You know
It's
what?
fantastic. Love it.
And you know, I think I might actually give it a high ranking too, because I think the Froot Loops taste not being so in your face actually is a great boon here, because like waffles, I think they're usually best when they're not too sweet, especially
Yeah.
since often people do like put syrup or like jelly on them.
Yeah.
So like just having them not be a sweet base on top of that is always nice. I prefer a subtle sweetness. And I'm glad they kept that in mind with the Froot Loops. Like the Froot Loops taste is not overpowering. So
Yeah.
and hot or cold, or I guess undercooked if we consider
Yeah.
this how you'd actually be eating this, because I do not recommend eating.
Well, and I think
waffles cold.
we have to be fair. They're toaster waffles.
Yeah.
They are meant to be toasted. And
Yeah.
I will say, despite being silly, that's perfectly edible.
Yeah.
It tasted like a soft. It was nice. It was soft. It
Yeah.
didn't have
But they are
a
cooked.
staleness or like the coldness of it. It didn't stop the flavors from coming out. Nothing like that. It was actually perfectly fine. It's just obviously I want to enjoy a waffle,
Yeah.
crunchy and warm.
Yeah.
But I would say very high ratings for me, even cold. Though again, I don't want to take the score down because you're not supposed to eat them untoasted.
I think I'd give it a 5, honestly.
Okay, and why don't I go ahead and give it a 4?
Okay.
Just because, to kind of balance it a little bit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't. Thank you, sweetie. I just think for what it is, I think they did it as good as I would have wanted it.
Absolutely.
Oops, I think that's saying something.
And this one looks like a little bat now. With bellies full of waffles.
That were very far from awful.
It's time for something colossal.
A story about living fossils.
By the power of our cereal horns, we call our friend the Bookacorn!
Hello, kiddos! Today we're going to continue reading When Longneck Learned to Love.
What happened last week, Bookacorn?
Well, last week, Longneck was worried about a picture that he wanted to draw. He was worried that people wouldn't like it.
And Mother Longneck told him not to worry again.
But he was still worried, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next. I can't dream of those things, Longneck said with a sigh, because sighs are a big part of the language of growing longnecks. I'm too busy worrying that I'll never have an idea as bright as the moon or as vast as the stars. I may never do anything great, and then I will never be great. When she heard this, Mother Longneck sank down beside her son. She lay her long neck next to his and was just silent and with him for a long time. After the seconds turned to minutes and the minutes turned to an hour, Longneck turned his head and looked at her. Aren't you going to tell me that I'm great just as I am? Mother Longneck smiled softly, as most Mother Longnecks do, and said, My beloved boy, to me you have been great since you drew your first breath. But until you see yourself as great, there is nothing more I can do. Longneck blinked his eyes and looked back at his mother looking at him. For just one moment, he saw himself as she saw him. For just one heartbeat, he saw himself as great. And that one moment was enough to change everything. To be continued in the next episode.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
We're still not big enough to be paid by YouTube, but you can support the show by going on over to seriouslycereal.org.
Because this show is safe for kids, YouTube turns off comments, but we love hearing from you. Go to seriouslycereal.org and click the mailbox. Write to us, and we might read your message in a future episode.
Seriously Cereal will be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time with our final Sorta cereal in the hot and cold theme.
See you then.
Bye.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously cereal.